And the Saudi Grand Prix is go. Alonso's going to put pressure on Perez in the opening meters of the Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso takes the lead of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Hello Formula One fans, welcome to Formula Pun Racer. Today is March 27th, 2023, and I'm here today to give you my review on round 2 of the F1 season, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, which occurred at the circuit called Jeddah. And boy, oh boy, it was an amazing race to begin with, because you'd think with Max Verstappen winning the first round of the season in Bahrain the previous round, that he would probably be on the front row. Well, interestingly enough, during qualifying, his drive shaft failed, so he didn't advance to the final round of qualifying, so he had to finish 15th. Well, Red Bull would still be on pole position with Mexico's Sergio Perez, and Fernando Alonso of Aston Martin would start second. So when the lights went out and away they went, amazingly enough, it was the most experienced driver in the field, Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin, taking the lead from the very start over the Red Bull of Sergio Perez. Unfortunately, because of the way Fernando Alonso lined his car up in the grid slot, just like Esteban Ocon in the previous round in Bahrain, he was slapped with a 5-second penalty, even though he did lead the first 4 laps. Yeah, what a bummer for us Aston Martin fans, seeing that after 4 laps in the lead, that eventually Perez would retake the lead over from Fernando Alonso, and in due time, Fernando Alonso would have to go into his pit box to serve 5 seconds. But interestingly enough, a miracle would occur, or maybe a bittersweet if you like to call it, as the first retirement would come 18 laps from the start, when his Canadian teammate LanceStroll was out with electrical problems, shown here. Not a great day for the Canadian, eh?
Lance, stop the car. Lance, stop the car. Stop on track.
With Lance's car off the track and the race under full course yellow, Fernando Alonso would take the opportunity to pit under this caution to serve his 5-second penalty and be on his way. Of course, the crew were careful not to touch the car, but this would be considered controversial, which I'll tell you later on in this video, of what would happen with the Aston Martin driver. And Sergio Perez, well, he would still hold on to the lead and practically run away with it. Max Verstappen had a few tricks up his sleeve as well, with his drive shaft being replaced after qualifying. He would claw his way up to get past Fernando Alonso in results of this race later on. But before I continue with the end result of the Saudi Arabian GP, I like to switch for a quick moment over to something a little more shocking regarding another British team, Jaguar, in Formula E racing. The other day, on March 25th in Sao Paulo, Brazil, the Formula E round took place, and it was an all-Jaguar podium finish, with the Jaguar TCS racing team finishing first and third, led by Mitch Evans of New Zealand, Sam Bird of Britain in third, and the Envision Jaguar racing driver of Nick Cassidy finishing second. So, no doubt about it, this definitely has to be an exciting day for all cats around the world to see their British cousin Jaguar take victory and you get that cat's meow. So, let's see what my sister's cat Meatball has to say about this. At least I know one other cat who's a little more psyched up about seeing Jaguar finishing 1, 2, 3 in Formula E. When the checkered flag had finally fallen, it was Sergio Perez of Mexico taking his 5th F1 career victory in the streets of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And it was a Red Bull 1-2, with Max Verstappen finishing second and getting the fastest lap of the race, which in turn gives him 1 point advantage ahead of Sergio Perez in the Drivers' Championship. And who would have thought, with Sergio Perez taking top honors, it gives all his Mexican fans something exciting to talk about. Perez may have won the race, but it was amazing to see his teammate Max Verstappen go from 15th to 2nd in the race, and Fernando Alonso finished 3rd at the line. It was quite an amazing ceremony, with a Mexican getting top honors, alright, and Fernando Alonso managing to finish 3rd again. What a performance for Aston Martin. Unfortunately, just right after the ceremonies, his 3rd place was taken away because of the 5-second penalty served in the pits. While George Russell would eventually inherit 3rd place, evidence a few hours later has shown that nobody on the crew of Fernando Alonso touched his car in the pit lane while he was serving his 5-second penalty. So the third place was reinstated to Fernando Alonso, giving him his 100th career podium finish, just a few days shy of the 20th anniversary of his first career podium, which took place at the 2003 Malaysian Grand Prix when he was driving for Renault. And even George Russell of Mercedes agrees that Fernando definitely deserved that third place finish. So congratulations, Fernando Alonso. Aston Martin still holds second place in the Constructors' title behind Red Bull, tied with Mercedes. So it's a close battle, all right.
Thank God.
With Fernando Alonso finishing third in the last two races in a row, he still holds third place in points behind Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. And, as I said, Aston Martin is still second in points in the Constructors' Championship behind Red Bull. The next round of the F1 season is in the same country that gives us boomerangs, kangaroos, and Oscar Piastri. The Australian Grand Prix, April 2nd at Albert Park in Melbourne, Australia. The land down under is when you can catch F1 racing once again. Will Red Bull continue their dominant ways, or will they be afraid of what Aston Martin might have up their sleeve? And can Ferrari get their act together to get a little more points in the future? And can Oscar Piastri put on a good show in front of his fellow countrymen? Well, be sure to tune in to find out. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like my humorous videos of car racing, please subscribe to Formula Pun Racer for more humorous content and racing news, and I'll see you in the next video as we go racing in Australia. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders.